Hi and welcome to Yoga with Susan. So today our main focus is we're going to be holding each pose much longer than we normally do. So we'll be starting with some standing balance poses, warrior, salute to the sun, ending with a nice relaxation and stretching portion. So the holding each pose is meant to challenge you a little bit more, but really hear the cues and listen to the muscles that are supposed to be working for you. So just listening to my cues as we go through our practice today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started in a standing position. You can have your block nearby. If you need it at any time for balance, please do. So let's go ahead and start in our mountain pose. Our feet are together, our hands are by our side. Let's go ahead and start with just rocking forward and backwards. Bending those knees, take a nice deep breath in, inhale, and exhale. And again, deep breath in, inhale, and exhale. And one more time, deep breath in, inhale, interlace those fingers, elongate through the crown of the head, squeeze the glutes. From this position, inhale, exhale, slowly go to your left. Inhale, exhale, slowly go to the right. Breath comes in, back to center. Exhale, look back, push the hips forward, bring those arms back. Squeeze the bottom, those glutes. Inhale, back to center. Hollow out that belly, abs are drawn in, and slowly start to hinge at the waist, lifting those arms up towards the ceiling. Relax the arms, let's let them swing. Place them on top of the knees and just go ahead and march in place. Bend both knees, breath comes in, head up, tail up. Going into our cat and cow stretch or cat and camel. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, curl. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, head up, tail up. And curl the spine. Exhale out, slowly coming all the way up. Roll those shoulders. Placing the fingertips behind you, interlace those fingers, and just a little bit of a chest stretch. We're going to start to go into our 3 balance poses. The tree, the dancer, and the eagle. Each one will be challenging you to hold that position just a little bit longer. Good. And relax those arms. All right, take a breath in, inhale. Hands come to sternum, and you're going to slowly balance on the right leg, lift the left foot up. When you're ready, bringing those arms up towards the ceiling. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can close your eyes. And relax, bring the foot down, take a nice deep breath in. Hands come to sternum, and lift that right leg up. When you're ready, slowly bring those arms up. balance, drawing those abs in, shoulders are away from the ears, holding just a little longer. And relax. In between each one of these poses, forward fold, take a breath in and exhale down to the ground. Use that block if you need to. Slowly bend the knees, hands come to the small of the back, lifting up, breath comes in. And we're gonna go ahead and drop our left arm down, balancing on the right leg, going into the dancer pose. Slowly start to kick the leg away from the body. So remember, we're trying to stretch out the chest. And to do that, we're using the strength of the quads. You can bend as low as you would like to. The arm that's holding onto the foot, the palm should be up, facing towards the ceiling. This opens up that chest a little bit more, holding just a little longer. In 4, 3, 2, and release. Inhale, hands come up. Drop the right arm, grab onto that right foot, and when you get your balance, start to hinge. If you fall out of this pose, it's okay, just restart again. Holding for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the leg, back into that forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, coming down. If you'd like to take those fingertips to the elbows, you can. Let your head hang. Trying to feel a nice stretch on the back of the hamstrings. There shouldn't be any tension in that low back. If there is, support yourself using the block. Bend the knees slightly, hands come to the small of the back, slowly lift up. Inhale. Exhale, left arm is in front of the right, going into our eagle pose. Bend the knees, tap the foot, up and over the top. From our eagle pose, we're gonna slowly lift those elbows up, stretching out the back part of the shoulder. Gaining flexibility in the hips, the knees, and the ankles. Keep holding. You can always tap your toe on the ground if you need to. So if you can't wrap it around, just tap it on the ground. Holding for 10 more seconds. Raise those elbows up just a little bit. And relax. Feet come together, breath comes in. Right arm in front of the left. Bending down, right leg taps up and over the top. When you're ready, lift those elbows up. Holding for 15 seconds. Lift those arms up a little bit more. Keep holding this eagle pose in 3, 2, 1. Feet come together, release, breath comes in into our forward fold. If you can, from this position, instead of touching your fingertips to your elbows, bring them behind your legs, fingertips to elbows. I'll turn to the side if you need a better view of how to fingertips to elbows hold. Slowly bend the knees, release, take a nice deep breath in, reach those arms up and relax down. Excellent. We're gonna take that right arm, bring it behind us, kind of taking the other arm, latching it on, and we're dropping our ear towards that left shoulder. So our hands and our ears are all to one side. Stretching out the traps. When these muscles get tight, you can definitely get some tension headaches. Take a breath in. Slowly look up towards the ceiling. Good, and release. We're gonna bring those arms over to the other side. Drop your right ear down. This is a great stretch to do every day. Take a breath in. Exhale, look up towards the ceiling. So you should feel this a little bit more to the front of the neck, whereas before it was a little bit more to the side and back. Are going to be by your side. We're going to go into 8 different poses in our warrior series. So let's take a breath in, inhale, and we're just going to take a big step out. Arms are going to come out. We're going to go and take that left foot. We're going to point it off to the side. We're going into warrior 2. So make sure, if you can, your hip and your knee are the same height and your ankle is directly over, your knee is directly over the ankle. We're reaching out through those fingertips. Back leg is straight. Warrior 2. Can you sink just a little bit deeper into that pose? Going into our reverse. So you can take a breath in, reach forward. Exhale into our reverse warrior. If you have the flexibility to do so, that right arm that is behind you can creep around to your thigh and hold on just to get a bigger stretch or a better stretch. 5 seconds left for 4, 3, 2. Breath comes in into bent angle. My hand goes down to the ground, reaching up towards the ceiling. If you have your block, you can rest your hand on the block. In our bent ankle pose, I'm pushing the arm that's on the ground into my inner thigh and knee. My inner thigh is fighting back, so I'm getting a little bit of muscular endurance there. My top arm comes down, breath comes in. Exhale, reach it over the head. One more time, inhale, and over the head. Looking up towards that hand. Keep holding. From bent angle, straighten out both legs into triangle, now stretching out our inner thigh. bit more on balance, close the eyes. 4, 3, 2, cartwheel the arm down into hip flexor. So you can either rest the knee on the ground, reach the arm up, or you can go ahead, both hands on the ground, and hold that stretch, feeling it in the back leg. From our hip flexor stretch, we're going to twist towards our bent knee into our spinal twist. You can stay here, or the hand that's touching the ground comes over to the thigh, still into our spinal twist. From our spinal twist, our right hand goes down and we're going into our revolving triangle. So both legs are straight. Remember, I can put my hand up on a block if I need to. Feeling a nice stretch in those hamstrings. Into forehead to knee. So I'm trying to get my forehead to touch my knee. Let your body relax into that stretch. If you can, bring your hands to the small of your back. Keep holding. Slowly lift up. Lots of balance here as well. Into warrior one. Reach those arms up. Back leg is slightly turned to the side. In your warrior one, you should feel a nice hip flexor stretch on that back leg. Reach up through those fingertips. And then here's our last one, going into warrior three. Push off that back foot. We're gonna go ahead, lift the leg up so our hips are trying to be at the same height. So we're not trying to twist that body. Balancing on that left leg, squeezing the right glute. When you're ready, reach out with those arms. Keep those legs as straight as you can. Keep holding. A little bit longer, 4 seconds. 3, 2, yes, I know, long seconds, right? And 1. Feet come together, going into our salute to the sun. Breath comes in, inhale, reach up. Forward fold down. Inhale, bend the knees, exhale, hop back. All right, we're in that plank position. Shoulders directly over the wrist. Bottom is squeezed. Feet are fairly close together. Abs are drawn in, upper back is round. Challenge you a little bit. We're going to go down into a hover position, Hold as long as you can. Remember, knees are fine. Slowly bring those elbows to your side. You're about an inch off the ground and hold. Strengthening the triceps. Remember, you can drop to your knees if you need to. From the hover position, exhale out. And if this is too much on your wrists, for the up dog, you can drop down to your forearms. Okay. So whatever feels okay. Pushing through the heels of the hands, shoulders away from the ears. Keep holding. Inhale, lift those hips up. Exhale, down dog. Look at the feet. We're trying to get our heels on the ground. Our feet are hip width apart. Take a breath in. As we exhale, let that chest go a little bit closer to the thighs. One more time, nice breath in, and exhale a little deeper. Slowly bend the knees, so we're getting the lower part of the calf, stretching it out. Hop it forward or step it forward. And slowly come up. Excellent job with a little shoulder roll. All right, so that can be a long time on our wrists. So we will not be repeating, or we will be repeating that, but you notice we didn't go from our down dog to our up dog and repeat several times, just to be kind with those wrists, okay? So let's start in the middle of that mat again. We're gonna go through those poses of our warrior series. Take a nice deep breath in, inhale. Exhale, step out or hop out. Right foot is going to turn, bend the knee going into warrior two. Feeling a nice stretch in that left hip. Making sure that that lead knee, your right knee, is going the same direction as your first and second toe. Reaching out through those fingertips. Slowly reach forward, inhale. Exhale into our reverse warrior. From a reverse warrior, take a breath in, going down into our bent angle. So once again, I'm pushing my arm into that inner thigh, looking up towards the ceiling. Sinking into that stretch. Top arm is gonna swing down, inhale, exhale and reach. Again, inhale, swing down. Exhale, reach and hold, look towards those fingertips. From our bent angle, we're gonna go ahead, straighten everything out into a triangle, inner thigh stretch. Look up towards the ceiling, shoulders stay down and back. From our triangle pose, we're gonna go ahead and transition into our hip flexor. So we can either relax that leg down or keep it lifted. hip flexors tend to get really tight from all the seated things we do, working on the computer, driving, and so that muscle gets really tight. It can alter how your hips are, right? And then that can add more tension onto other joints. So it's really important that we stretch that hip out. From our hip flexor stretch, we're gonna go ahead and go into our spinal twist. So we're gonna reach up with that right arm, twist towards the knee. Like we did on the other side, we can stay here or bring that elbow over, palms together. From our spinal twist, we're going to go into our revolving triangle. Go ahead and keep facing the same direction, straightening out both those legs. If you can, look up towards the ceiling. You can close your eyes for more balance. Holding for 4, 3, 2, bring the arms down, one hand on either side of that foot, forehead to knee, stretching out the hamstrings. From the forehead to knee, hands come to the small of the back, slowly come up, going into warrior 1, reaching up, exhale. Once again, that knee is tracking over, or in the same direction, excuse me, as your big toe and your second toe. Our next pose will be warrior 3, working on balance. And we are also strengthening that low back and glute. Holding for 4, 3, 2, and push off that back leg, warrior 3. Use the strength of that glute to lift that leg. Hips are the same height, so try not to twist. Hold just a little longer for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet come together. So instead of holding the poses as long as we did for the salute to the sun, we're going to flow a little bit quicker just to be kind on our wrists and go into the pigeon instead of just doing it once and holding. So take a nice deep breath in. Inhale, hands come up. And exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, hop back. Inhale, down into that hover position. Exhale out, up dog. Inhale, lift those hips up. Exhale, down dog. Right knee comes forward for pigeon, stretching out the glutes. Relax down, or you can come up. Good. Lift yourself up, back into that down dog. Exhale out. Left knee forward, pigeon. Once again, you can be up on your hands or you can be all the way to the ground. ourselves up, and we're gonna go ahead and drop to our forearms. This is our low plank position. So our shoulders should be stacked over the elbows. This is a core exercise, so that means you have to lift up with those abs, squeeze your bottom, and you're trying to get the abdominals and low back to work together. Hold for another 20 seconds. Drop to your knees or take a break if you need to. In 4, 3, 2, drop to the knees and child's pose. From our child's pose position, we're going to come into our bird dog and our tabletop. So our tabletop position, shoulders stacked over the wrist, knees should be underneath those hips. All right, and now bird dog, opposite arm, opposite leg, scoop and lift those abs up and switch. And switch. Almost like you're tucking your tailbone under a little bit to do this pose instead of letting your hips collapse. And last time, switch it out. Good, and come back. Big toes are touching again into child's pose. From our child's pose position, we're going to walk those knees in closer. Now this is where a block comes in handy if this is an uncomfortable position. I can sit on my block, okay? We're going into our rabbit. So our fingertips are out in front of us, our hands are interlaced. We're going to lift our arms up, curl one vertebrae at a time, come up nice and tall. Okay, we're going to go into a little flow. From our rabbit, we're going to lift up onto our knees, squeeze our bottom, hands come to the small of the back, look up towards the ceiling. Now this is maybe as far as you go. If you can lean back into camel, opening up that chest, look behind you. Opening up the abdominals, the chest. Slowly come up with one hand with the